May 2012, the Cannes Film Festival. Brad Pitt's Killing Them Softly premiere. To the world, it was another glittering Hollywood night. But inside that theater, Sean "Diddy" Combs' former assistant Mia claims she witnessed something chilling, Combs digging his nails into Cassie Ventura's arm until she fled before the credits rolled. Why would Cassie bolt mid-premiere? Mia's testimony paints a pattern of control so extreme, it turned luxury into a prison. According to Mia, this wasn't a one-off rage incident. It was part of a system. Tracking devices planted on Cassie's car, phones confiscated without warning, a 24/7 surveillance operation where Mia claims she was forced to lie to Cassie about Combs' whereabouts. "I covered for him constantly," she testified. "He'd know if I warned her. He stole our devices regularly." But the physical intimidation was just one layer. Mia described a psychological trap, threats to expose secrets if she disobeyed. When Cassie tried to confide in her about Combs' jerky behavior, Mia, terrified of backlash, downplayed it, comparing Combs to a child who needed his mother. "Why defend him? I was stuck between them," Mia told the court. "One of the worst parts of the job. And the aftermath, a haunting admission from the stand. I'm not sure what he's capable of." This from a woman who saw his rage firsthand at Cannes and still felt compelled to text him years later, calling him "my protector." How does that psychology work? That's where this story twists even darker. In 2019, years after escaping Diddy's employ, Mia texted him about a nightmare. "I was trapped in an elevator with R. Kelly, and you rescued me." Let that sink in. She reached out to her alleged abuser for comfort after dreaming about another convicted predator. When defense attorney Brian Steele demanded, "Why text your rapist?" Mia's reply was chilling. "Puff used to be my protector." This wasn't a one-off. Jurors saw texts where Mia reminisced about magical nights, like high-stakes poker with Leonardo DiCaprio, where Combs supposedly bragged, "That Titanic guy doesn't know a DMN thing. I won $650K. She even texted him in tooth. So why would a victim romanticize her tormentor? Mia's testimony exposed the brutal psychology. When the highs were high, they were addictive. Jets, A-listers, power. But the lows? Ice buckets thrown at me. My arm slammed in doors. And worse, she called it trauma bonding. A cycle where rare kindnesses after abuse create delusional loyalty. And here's the gut punch. Combs weaponized her shame. Mia testified he'd threatened to tell Cassie everything if she disobeyed, making her feel like I'd done something wrong for being assaulted. That's why she defended him to Cassie, downplaying his rages as a child needing his mother. Not excuses. Survival. Steele attacked these texts as proof Mia was lying. Her rebuttal, "I was still brainwashed, constantly seeking his approval." Translation: the texts weren't evidence against her claims, they were evidence of them. A twisted reality where Stockholm Syndrome masqueraded as loyalty. In 2017, Mia hired a lawyer. Her demand? $10 million for years of alleged violence and wrongful termination. What she got? $400,000. Half vanished into legal fees. But here's what didn't appear in the settlement paperwork: any mention of sexual assault. When defense attorney Steele called this a Me Too money grab, Mia's reply cracked the courtroom. "It was blood money. I would have taken those secrets to my grave." Why bury the worst violations? Mia testified Combs threatened to expose her if she ever detailed the assaults. "He said he'd tell Cassie everything," she revealed. "That twisted knife made me feel I was the criminal, so she played the system." Alleging only workplace violence, not sex crimes, a strategic silence prosecutors now call the pattern. And the aftermath, that $200,000 she actually kept, it bought zero peace. Mia described panic attacks so severe, she'd flee jobs when asked simple questions like, "Where's the report? Why?" All I heard was Puff's voice screaming, "Where are you?" A trauma response so debilitating, doctors diagnosed complex severe PTSD. But the most damning twist? Combs texted her after Cassie's 2023 lawsuit. His message? "Need my memory jogged about the old days. Mia's reaction. I threw my phone across the room. He knew exactly what he'd done. This wasn't nostalgia. It was a power play, and proof the settlement never truly freed her. Doctors diagnosed Mia with complex severe PTSD in 2023, not from war zones or natural disasters, but from answering phones for a music mogul. Her testimony revealed a chilling reality. Diddy's 24/7 control literally rewired her brain. How? Let's break down the science behind the suffering. And the triggers. A boss asking, "Where's the report?" Panic attacks. All I hear is Puff screaming, "Where are you?" A text notification equals flashbacks to Combs' alleged threats. Even hearing her name could spiral her into what she called overwhelming fear of being in trouble. 2. The diagnosis. Unlike standard PTSD from single events, complex PTSD stems from prolonged captivity, fitting Mia's 8-year tenure. Key symptoms: hypervigilance, constantly scanning for danger, e.g., checking cars for trackers. Avoidance, quitting jobs to escape authority figures, shame. Believing she deserved abuse. He made me feel like the criminal. 3. The 7-month secret. Why wait until June 2004 to tell prosecutors about sexual assaults? Mia's answer: I was terrified and brainwashed until I saw others speak. Psychologists call this disinhibition by witness. Victims gain courage seeing peers come forward. 4. The ultimate irony. She worked for Madonna post-Diddy without issue. Now, I can't hold any job. Why the Suge Knight's warning from prison said it all. If you jail Puffy, make everyone answer. But the real threat isn't just prison time. It's a presidential pardon. Because while Mia testified about tracking devices and brainwashing, Trump told reporters, "I'll look at the facts," and in legal terms, that's code for Diddy's escape hatch is wide open. Why does this terrify prosecutors? RICO charges require proving an ongoing criminal enterprise, exactly what Mia described. I was never out of his grip, even after leaving. Her testimony frames Combs as a CEO of coercion, using fear, blackmail, and what court docs call multi-day sex performances to control victims. Translation: this isn't about one assault, it's about a system. Enter 50 Cent, the rapper's Instagram grenade at Trump. Diddy said bad things about you. I'll make sure you know how I feel. Behind the trolling, a deadly serious play, nuking a preemptive pardon, because Trump can wipe these charges overnight, just like he pardoned reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley weeks earlier. Legal experts confirm RICO is federal. The president's power is absolute, but here's the catch. A pardon equal guilt if Trump acts. Combs admits the charges are real, torching his legacy forever. And with witnesses like hotel staff Eddie Garcia and Sylvia Okun set to testify about security footage showing Cassie's assault, the pressure's exploding. Mia's final words: I'll never lie in this courtroom. But in this game of power, truth might not be enough. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more latest update about cases. Your own channel Snapscribe.